All right. We are here. Welcome to another Monday night live stream. K-Stew, I did restart your membership. I force restarted it for you because I knew you wanted it. So welcome back, buddy. Everyone, thanks for hanging out. Just caught up in the movie Tremors there. It was almost over, so I had to finish it. And here I am. A couple minutes late, but worth it. That's an acceptable movie to be late to the stream for. Bob, is it even possible to complete a full nitrogen cycle in the home aquaria through anaerobic denitrification? Simply, yes, in my opinion. Audio, video, Gucci at last. Thank you, thank you. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Who was up here with questions earlier? I think it was Thomas. I gotta scroll up. Barbara, hello, hello. D, hello. Kamantha. Alec. Kamantha, I got your email. Thank you. Thank you. Can we talk a bit about larger air pumps? Never mind. Can we talk a bit about larger air pumps? It's a decent investment, so I'd like something reliable or at least serviceable. Suggestions, things to watch out for, features you find useful. The only larger air pumps I've ever used are linear air piston pumps. Yes, Thomas, I'm never late. I arrive exactly when I intend to. And there's not a lot of features. It's just plug it in and it turns on. That's it. They are serviceable, at least the Gemco. And I have the Gemco one, I have the Aquarium Co-op one, and they're serviceable in the means that you can clean out their like filters. But that's the only service you have to do. Super reliable. You do have to kind of pay attention to how many outlets you have. How many, not necessarily aquariums, but how many outlets you're going to use. Like some of my aquariums have multiple sponge filters, so I don't really go by the number of tanks, but by the number of sponge filters you hook up. But they are, they're a few $100s, but they're quiet and easily manageable. So, yeah, can't go wrong. Cleaning out a tank and lurking. Hello, Skipper. Ginger Grumble with $5 super chat says, remember to hit the like button. Absolutely. Do not forget to hit the like button. Also, check it out. What? The Aquarium stand deal you posted a few weeks back is live again from Amazon. Interesting. Fishing Barn, a Rainbow Fish Fund. Thank you. I was just actually looking at Dan's fish, so yeah. We'll see. Thanks, buddy. I don't know. There's a fish I want on here, rainbow fish included, so we'll see. What else? Wanted to swing by and throw you a like before the Patriots game. I'll catch the stream on the replay. Dave, good to see you, my friend. Have fun watching the game. I will miss it. I wouldn't say I would miss it. I'm not going to be missing it, but... Blue Water Gym. About time. Just finished cleaning 5 tanks. 5 tanks. Is there a water pump that is reversible in flow? If there is, I have not seen it. Zane, if there is, I have not seen it. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone in chat has seen something like that, but I have not. Zane. I apologize. But to be fair, I've never looked for something like that, so I don't know if they exist or not. I'm not sure. Hey, Bob, what's your favorite Tetra? Ooh. That's a tough one. I really like just the plain old boring lemon Tetras. I really like the candy cane Tetra, or also called like the HY511 Tetra. That one's been one of my favorites for a really long time. Probably still is my favorite. The HY511 Tetra. Very weird name, but What deal? It's a 10-gallon Aquarium stand. Metal Aquarium stand. And it's normally like $80, and it was on sale for $15. I'm gonna see if I can find it. See if I can find it. The 300-watt Jaeger Eheim heater is on sale for $25. Not an amazing deal, but it's normally like $35. I'm not finding it anymore. I am not seeing it. Let's just go to my link. How about that? I don't even... Oh, I deleted it. All right. Well, comes in January. Yeah, it is kind of slow shipping. Neon green tetras are really cool. Yeah, neon green tetras, or the green fire tetra. You hardly ever see people using that tetra in their aquascapes or their setups, whatever you want to call it. But the green fire tetra, I think, is really neat. Did I miss the first 5 minutes? I wouldn't say you missed anything. No. The only reason I don't like metal stands is because I can't hide all my stuff. Then I don't think this one had. I think this one was wide open. Yeah. Curtis, thank you for the picture of the Tiger Oscar and for the $1 super chat. I appreciate it. He knows I love albino Tiger Oscars so much. He sent me a picture of one. Oh yeah, here it is, right here. Right here. Oh yeah, so this was a I remember now. You could do a 10-gallon on top and a 5-gallon below. Here you go. Aquarium Forge. You know what? We can just do this. I think I can do this. I did get something done today. There you go. Aquarium Forge aquarium stand, 20 by 10 inch. But you see here, $85 it says, right? $85. But you come down here, $9 new from $14.99. Opens up the sidebar. Here you go. $14.99, add to cart. Now, you know, it's going to take a while. It's usually not as bad as it says, though. But that's how you find cheaper stuff. Always check this. Don't always go off what's up here. You got to scroll down and just click right here. $14.99. And look, you get the 5-gallon below, the 10-gallon on top. Not a bad looking stand for $15 in 2 months of your time. Michael, what's going on? Yo, yo, yo. Mile High Plecos. Imperial Tropicals got some cool crystal clear tetras. Picking up a couple Mayan cichlids tomorrow. Awesome. Andrew says, I have 2 corridors fry. I give them Sierra Micron growth food. I'm sure they just love that. There was some stuff here. Where are we at? Okay, we're going to go back. These right here. Dwarf red hummingbird tetras. I mean, these are the coolest things ever. You have to watch these things swim, though. The pictures, they look kind of weird in a picture, but if you watch them swim, they're really fun to watch. That's a really cool tetra. Silver dollars. Ugh, silver dollars. Oh, pygmy hatchetfish. There you go. Anyways, I've never seen this hummingbird tetra before until Dan got them, and I think they're pretty neat. I can't say they're one of my favorites because I've never had them before, so, you know. The reason I like metal stands is because I can get 2 tanks on it. There you go. There you go. Pros and cons to all stands, I guess. Life and Liquid, what's going on, buddy? Hi, Bob. Once you answered my question about IAP air pumps. What? About IAP air pumps running hot when some output valves are closed. You advise what to do. Can you explain briefly what and why? So, if you're talking about the linear air piston pumps, if you don't have enough outlets, it'll actually build up a lot of back pressure and overheat. And so you have to have, so if you run like a Gemco air pump to like 5 sponge filters, it's going to overheat because it's meant to do a lot more. And it just, it's hard to explain why it overheats, but it does. And so you have to have like bleed off valves to alleviate the back pressure. And so normally I just run a couple extra air lines, and if it starts getting hot, you can just open them up. They can be noisy though, but if you like wrap them in like filter floss or something like that, it quiets them down pretty well. Looks like Dan sold out of all the gold rose lines. I looked today and it said he was sold out. Yeah, I don't imagine those lasting long. Even at, what were they, like $45 a pop? I figured they'd sell fast. How much will crushed coral help my 10-gallon? My KH is 0 and pH is 6.2. Also with my 5 gallons, same parameters. Well, it'd probably help a lot. There's like, I can't give you like definite numbers on what exactly would change. But it would definitely raise your KH and help buffer your water a little bit, and probably raise your pH a little bit too. But again, like exact numbers, I have no way of knowing. I changed my 55-gallon tank plans and no longer Solusi. Instead, Tetras, 20 Cardinal, 20 black neons. I do like black neons. Von Rios are pretty cool. 20 Plu, 20 Blue Peru. I now have a rainbow in my tank. That's a lot going on. 20, 20, and 20, and 20. 80, 80, 80 Tetras. That's crazy. I like it. I like it. Hey, Bob, maybe you can answer this. Ooh, probably not. On Corey's last live stream, I told him how funny his "what I learned working in the fish store" video. His answer was strongly evasive. Any idea why? Why did he take heat? Wait, what? I told him how funny his "what I learned working in a fish store" video. His answer was strongly evasive. I don't understand. Maybe you can answer this. On Corey's last live stream, I told him how funny his "what I learned working in a fish store" video. I don't know. Did he take? Did he get? I don't. I'm not sure. I have no idea, David, what any of that means. I'm sorry. Maybe you can answer this on Corey's last live stream. I told him how funny "what I learned working in a fish store" video. Like, I can imagine a lot of funny stories in that video, but his answer was evasive. I don't know. I don't know, my friend. Kabetha says, if you were to sell Panda Corys, home raised and healthy, how much would you sell a group of 6 for? Well, Kamantha, I don't know in your area. Here, they're fairly inexpensive for corridors, usually around $5 to like $6, $7 at most. So that's how much they sell for here. We had to stop pulling Panda Cory eggs. We have 25 plus fry to raise up now and see how it goes. The little pandas are doing great. Bob proceeds to be more evasive. I just don't understand. Like, so So it sounds like you made a statement and he was evasive. Like that's not even a question. I don't get it. I don't get it. Update: my planted shell dweller tank with rooted plants was a success. Might make a video later and post it. Stir fry guy. What's going on? I worked at a fish store for a year. First dibs and good discounts along with learning a ton. Yeah, the first dibs is always nice. The nicer thing about working at a fish store, I think, is you don't even need first dibs. You can look at the list and be like, I want some of these. Order some of these. I mean, I would imagine, like, I've never worked at a fish store, but I've gotten, like, fish lists and I can order whatever I want. Oh, I am thirsty. Zach Tank's crazy aquarium guy. What's going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well, too. Depends on what you want. Do you think a Hillstream loach in a 20-gallon with 2 Amazon puffers is a bad idea? No. I feel like the loach would become lunch. No. Not at all. I mean, unless your specific Amazon puffers are really angry, I have never come across angry Amazon puffers. So, in my experience, Amazon puffers are not. I've had them in community aquariums. No problems. What's your favorite bun pleco variant? Bun. I'm going to assume you mean bushy nose. I hope that's right. But I really like super red. Just the normal fin super reds are my favorite. That was first dibs, yes, and the fish list. I bet Pacific Northwest fish breeding is super competitive with all these master breeders in the area. Meanwhile, I can still get $20 store credit with a single albino ancistrus here in Louisiana. Not as much as you would think. Not as much as you would think. I mean, when I had a local fish store, I was getting between $1 and $2 per guppy, which I feel is pretty good because you can pump out a lot of guppies. Bushy nose plecos, though, were always like $4. So that was something that I worked out. Like, I will provide you with bushy nose plecos if you never sell common plecos again. So yeah, I don't know. Bushy nose plecos around here are just always a dime a dozen. Like, everyone's always like, please, I've got so many, take some. But as far as like other fish, I mean, shrimp and endlers and guppies all sell for a lot of money out here. Like, even with all the master breeders that you say are out here, yeah, they always sell for a lot. Speaking of evasive, why did Robert make 2 comments about not getting canceled in a recent aquarium collab video? I don't know. Like, I don't know what's... I have no idea what's going on in aquarium co-op. My LFS brought in 2 baby albino Senegal bikers, and they are cute. they are the cutest little fish. I can't imagine Robert ever being canceled. I don't know. That's funny. Evasive. 20 gallons is kind of small for Amazon puffers. Yeah, they're definitely going to grow out of that. Barbara Jackson. Hey, Bob, how's it going? It is going great, Barbara. I feel like the flooding is finally under control, knock on wood, because it's supposed to rain every day this week, so we'll see. But I think I finally got ahead of it. What is my take on 3D backgrounds? Robert Johnston, I love them. I am absolutely a fan of 3D backgrounds. I don't like the gigantic ones where rocks are coming out. Like, say you have like a 40-gallon aquarium, it's 18 inches front to back, and like the rock comes out like 12 inches. There's some that are too much, but just your basic like flat 3D background, I like them a lot. Someday we will have an 800 gallon of Panda Corys. That would be awesome. Amazon puffers get pretty big. Too small of an aquarium will nip on the other fish's fins. I feel like they wouldn't even see a hill stream loach. Brian says, I have one from Aqua Decor. I love it, but it takes up a lot of the tank. Yeah, those ones I'm not much of a fan of. They're really nice. Like the Aqua Decor ones, they make some really nice backgrounds. But sometimes their rocks are just way too big. It can turn like a 90-gallon aquarium into like a 50-gallon aquarium, the size of the rocks. I count Master Breeder Dean as multiple breeders. Yeah, but he doesn't breed that stuff though. So like everyone kind of has, you know, their own like niche of fish they breed. So even when it comes to like guppies and endlers, like everyone has different strains, different color shrimp. It's really not that competitive out here. Curtis says, I have a cheap styrofoam 3D background from eBay and really like it. Yep. I was in talks with a company about getting a bunch of them made and shipped over, but then COVID happened, so that kind of ended that. Have you still got your Egyptian mouth brooders? Nope, they did not make the move. They didn't make the cut. I did get rid of them. They were some of the fish I got rid of when I moved, unfortunately. Hairy puffers are the coolest though. They look like floating dragon heads. They are cool. Species only tank, but they're still cool. Glad the food has receded. The food definitely hasn't receded. Whew. Jeez, but the flooding has. So I picked up a pair of gold rams at the SFSAS auction. Never had them before. Why didn't anyone tell me they're so pretty? Gold rams? Very, very pretty. I know the flooding really hasn't recessed. I've just finally dug enough trenches to move the water somewhere else. Finally. I think I would want to make my own background one of these days. We'll see. I've done it for reptiles. I've never done it for fish yet. Remember the fake backgrounds that we used to tape to the back of the aquariums and they would fall? Yeah. Those. I had those a long time ago when I was a kid. Like, I remember getting one of like the ocean and then thinking as a kid, like, what if the fish like swim into the background? They're going to swim into the glass thinking they can swim into the ocean. Universal Rocks in Texas makes some nice ones that don't take up much of space. Shipping from Universal Rocks can be kind of a bear sometimes, but other than that, not bad. Have you ever had two completely different fish attempt to breed? I mean, I don't know that I would call it attempted breeding, but like I've had different species of fish like flash at each other, but was it breeding? Was it territorial? I mean, who knows? I've never specifically had, or at least I've never seen two completely different fish like bumping uglies before. I've made quite a few backgrounds. It's a lot of fun. Like, yeah, I think it would require a lot of research. And I've seen lots of videos on it, but it's still, like, if I ever actually do it, I would spend a lot of time researching. Northwest Fish Keeping, hello. There is something else. Something else I might be able to talk about. Let me take a look. Let me take a look here. If it ever loads. Okay. All right, I'm back. Adding Amanos in with Neocaridina. Would you quarantine the Amanos first? I probably wouldn't do. Well, it would depend on where they came from. But if it's from anyone that's even remotely reputable, honestly, I probably would not quarantine shrimp, Amano shrimp. Probably a bad thing to say. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you should always quarantine." But if I'm being truthful, probably not. I've had a zebra danio that thought it was a guppy and it would always swim with the female guppies. I'd only have fish that like school with other types of fish. What did I have? I had a Siamese algae eater that would school with my roseline barbs. That was pretty fun. Any advice for water coming up the airline tubing a little? And how's it getting up the airline tubing? It's like it's creating a back siphon, but not. Like it can't really create a back siphon if your pump is running. I still have them taped backgrounds, but checking out the vinyl self-adhesive backgrounds. Any thoughts on them? I've never used the vinyl. I'm guessing it's similar to like window tint, which I think that's when you have to like, you know, spray it and then like squeegee it all around. I don't know. I've never used it, but I'm sure they work good. Water coming up the airline tubing. I feel like the only way that would happen is if your pump turned off and your airline tubing is below the sponge filter. I'm having a hard time visualizing this. Kyle, I'm not sure. My most odd spawn attempt was a male green terror. Ooh, I love green terrors. With a big female frontosa. Now that is very odd. I wouldn't have thought that. Jeez, frontosa and a green terror, huh? All right. What I really want is a Tetradon Murius Super Red. Looking for that for 3 years. So beautiful. Well, good luck on your quest. Ginger Grumble with the $10 super chat. How's the Paludarium coming? Sorry for the misspelling. It's coming along great. Just need more plants. More plants, more plants. All right. Oddball Aquatics. Haley. It's going to happen, Bob. I already got them and quarantining. So, what that means, people, what that means is I'm getting a 200 pygmy corridors from Oddball Aquatics. And then the Paludarium will be complete, Ginger Grumble. That's it. Just waiting for those corridoras. And we'll finally get the video out. And it's going to be awesome. I had a rainbow shark that loved to school with tiger barbs. Then he decided he'd rather herd them around in the tank. Rainbow shark. That's funny. Wait, what? Samantha, I remember those well. They looked so cool in my mind back then. Yeah, back then. Monkey Mayhem. What are your thoughts on puffers such as P or Amazon in a 50-gallon lowboy open top with mangroves? I don't know that I would do Amazon, but P puffers would be amazing in a lowboy. Amazon puffers, they get kind of rotund, if you will. And I don't know if like 8 inches of swimming space from top to bottom would be very comfortable for them. I feel like they'd probably be pretty nervous a lot in shallow water like that. But maybe not. Rainbow fish certainly teaches you patience. Maybe in a few months they will color up. I don't even know which rainbow fish you're talking about, but it doesn't even matter. They will teach you patience. If you're waiting for a rainbow fish to color up, you're going to be waiting a long time. A long time. Please hit the like button. Oh. 73 likes. What plants do you need, Bob? I'm late. I've missed your list. Oh, just houseplants. 200? Yes, 200. 200 pygmaeus. Corridoras pygmaeus. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. It's a USB Nano I've had hanging on the back of the tank with the airline in the tank and an air stone. Sometimes I come in and the USB Nano pump is off, and then there's a little water in the tubing. That's the only time I can think of that. You can get a valve that will prevent... The water will still go up the tube, but it'll go to the valve, and then the valve will block it from back siphoning. And they're pretty common. You can pretty much find them anywhere. Bobby, ever thought how funny it would be to look back at one of these live streams 20 years from now? It would be pretty cool. I know I look back at like my first live streams and it's very not cool, but it's very atrocious. But it is. I think it will be cool. Like I have like a weekly journal essentially. And I don't know, maybe when I'm 90 years old, rocking in my chair in my retirement home, my old fogey home, and I could go back and watch some of the old videos of when I was just a young pup. $200 pygmy quarries. Now that's what I call a school. It's gonna be awesome because they're gonna be in it's a 125 gallon tank, but it's only half full, so it's really like 75 gallons or but it is 6 feet long, so it should be really neat to watch 200 quarries just go into town, back and forth, back and forth. And there's some rainbows in there, some apistos, all kinds of guppies and endlers and red crystal shrimp, chocolate shrimp, just regular neos. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. What happened to Corey and Dean spotted Congo puffer? Last I know, he still has them, but I don't know. You're gonna get so many pygmy babies from them. That's the hope. That's the hope. Like, I don't know that I get a lot because there are like the apistos eventually will be large enough to eat. There's like green dragon plecos in there, so they'll eat a lot of the eggs. So, but maybe a couple, like one or two, might survive per spawn. There's not a lot of plants, but there will be a lot of plants. So eventually there'll be lots of places to hide. Everyone saying hello to Oddball. It is quite the journal. I almost thought about like actually keeping a written journal again. But I don't write, so probably not going to happen. But I did think it would be neat. How much experience do you have with tiger barbs? 0. I've heard they're nippy, they are, but others say either with a large tank or a big school, their behavior doesn't come out. Well, definitely in smaller schools, and when they're stressed or unhappy, they will be nippy, 100%. Even in a large school, they can be nippy. Like, there's no guarantee just because you got like 60 of them that they're not going to nip. They are definitely known to be nippers, and getting more just is the philosophy that it spreads out aggression. Also, the larger school, their fish are less stressful in larger schools in general. So, can you pull their eggs? I probably could, but I probably won't. If I was actually trying to breed them, I would actually just pull out like 20 of them and put them in a 20-gallon tank and let them spawn and then move them after they spawn. But I don't think I want to be going through a 125. It's going to be like heavily planted, and just looking for eggs to scrape. I don't know if there was like a large batch on like the front of the glass, like right in plain sight. I'd probably grab a razor blade and scrape them off and save them. But I'm not gonna go like rooting around in the aquarium. Lurking and working. I had a bad USB nano air pump. I substituted it with a second one when I needed one in another tank. That bad one started working, and 6 months later, it's still going strong. Can't explain why. Just did. I've had one outside, running forever now. It is kind of covered, but it still gets a little wet every once in a while. I'm actually really surprised that it's still working. It's just it's hooked up to solar, so it only works when the sun is out, but still it does get wet a lot. Not like it doesn't like rain directly on it, but the platform it's on, like the rain will seep down. So I don't know, I'm just surprised. 1 sentence journal is nice. Only get to write a highlight. See, I don't know. I feel like if I was writing a journal and then I die and someone goes and reads through it all, I'd be pissed. I'd have to come back and haunt them for the rest of their life. Captain's log. Captain's log. BJ Palmer, I have the same with the USB pumps. If you bang them on something, they seem to work again. The good old-fashioned banging technique. Yeah, I think that works well. The only one I've ever had go permanently bad is when I dropped in one of my tubs and then didn't see it until the next day. So that was awesome. What? Watching how much you have grown and learned is pretty cool. I feel like I've learned less. I feel like I know less now than when I started. Spawning lot for the eggs, maybe? No. And I never really worry about saving eggs in community tanks. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, if I was breeding specifically, I would just pull them out. I'm going to have a couple breeding tanks set up just for that purpose. So when I feel like I want to breed something, I'll just pull them out and throw them in the breeder tanks. Every tool is a banger. All right. Every tool is a banger. It's the weirdest thing. If you flick them hard enough, they can come back to life. Half the pumps I've used have needed a little knocking around. That's so weird. I want to go and just thump all mine. Even though I know they work, like they're working now, I still kind of want to hit them. See what happens. Maybe they'll work better if I hit them. Give them a little motivation. Danikin, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. What's up, fish people? Hey, Bob, do you game? If so, what game? I used to game. Now, I just haven't had much time, and there's not really anything that, like, catches my interest at all. Like, nothing. I'm using a USB air pump for my brine shrimp hatchery. I have it hooked up to a powerful UDB hub with individual switches so I can turn off the pump when pulling baby brine shrimp. Hey, Steenfott Aquatics, I have a golden roseline barb with dropsy that looks like pine cone. What's the treatment and success rate? I've never come across that with a roseline barb. Honestly, I couldn't give you like a success rate. Dropsy, not gonna have the best success rate to begin with. What's the treatment, huh? What would I do? Danny Does Life. Evening, friends. It's about time that you, I think, make an appearance on the stream again. I was thinking about that today. I do miss the PUBG streams. I've thought about it, but the game is just so bad. It's so bad now. I mean, it was always bad, but I just got fed up with it. I don't know. I haven't played that game in forever. Let's see. If I had a roseline shark with dropsy, I would remove it, and I would use salt, and that's probably it, except just making sure the water is crystal clear. And if he made it, great. And if he doesn't, that sucked. That would suck, but that's what I would do. I bought a Switch with Mario Kart 8. Want to race? I would race Mario Kart on Nintendo 64. I don't have a Switch. I just didn't even know what a Switch was until like a month ago, to be honest. And they're already up to Mario Kart 8, huh? I don't know. I have Mario Kart for Nintendo 64. That's it. Ugh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't really give you any type of like percentage though. There's too many variables, and I'm certainly not a veterinarian by any means, so I can only tell you what I would do, and I don't know if it would work or not. How's your plant wall coming along? And I need more plants. I need more plants. I've been hitting up Home Depot like every 3 days because they normally have like a 50% off section of houseplants. But ever since they moved in all those dang Christmas trees, they don't have hardly any houseplants. So no 50% off plants, no nothing. How many tank ponds do you have? Outdoor ponds, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Currently, how many tanks do I have? 1, 2, I don't know, maybe a dozen-ish. Good, I moved him and put, yeah, I mean, the big thing for me is really just keeping water crystal clean, keeping stress down. So I really don't keep, like, lights on very much. It's usually just ambient lighting in a hospital tank. Just try to keep them stress-free. Stress-free. Salt and veggies. Yeah, veggies would be good too, like de-shelled peas. See if you can get them to munch on some of those. Yo, yo, yo. Matthew Vargas. Yo. Watching with Streetwise. Okay, what plants do you not want? I don't want air plants. Only plants I don't want. I don't know. I don't know what I would do if someone sent me cactus. Like, that'd be weird. Cactus probably wouldn't survive in my fish room. About 8 to 10 plant cuttings for you. Do you need soil? No. No. What plants do I not want? I don't know. I would try any clippings. If they die, I'm sorry. I tried. But I feel like a lot of plants would do well in a fish room. It's warm. It's generally, humid, tropical type environment. There's always lots of lights everywhere. Lonnie, a.k.a. Lonnie Tunes, Looney Tunes. Hemp Beach, hello. Have you ever kept Chalinocromis burchardi? I'm thinking of getting few for a 55. Let me see. I'm pretty sure the answer is no, but I'm going to double check. Whoa. Let's see. Definitely not this specific species of burchardi. I think I've kept one burchardi, and the only reason I kept one is because I knew it wouldn't spawn with only one. Burchardi are very, very, very prolific, so I've never been a fan of them because they will take over an entire tank. Now, if you have a species-only tank, then it doesn't really matter. But if you have like a whole Lake Tanganyikan setup with a bunch of different Lake Tanganyikan fish in there, they will overrun anything else that's in the tank. That's what they do. Bob, the second YouTuber I started following 7 years ago. Was I even on YouTube 7 years ago? I mean, I know I opened my account 12 years ago. No, 14 years ago. Sheesh. I love my one and only roseline shark, Denison. Have you had the gold form of them? I have not. They are a bit more expensive. I have not had the gold Denison barbs yet. Well, I'm curious who the first is. It's probably some like random channel. Was your first subscription to PewDiePie? It was probably, knowing Susan, she probably got on YouTube just for PewDiePie and Minecraft. Right? I feel like that's accurate. Second on that, burchardi, I had them take over a tank with Shelleys. Yeah, burchardi, they're nuts. They're nuts. This is why if you see burchardis in like public aquariums, there's usually like 1 billion of them in the tank and nothing else. That's why. They take it over. They outcompete everything else for food. They just spawn and spawn and spawn. Oh my god, my burchardi took over my Lake Tanganyikan tank. It's happening to me. They are bullies. Wiped out all my Similis. Have I ever played a game called Rust? No, but I have heard of it, but I've never played it. Does keeping a blue light on a tank 24/7 promote algae growth at a noticeable difference? It can. Does it? It's going to be very specific. If your tank already has an algae problem, then you probably should not be leaving the blue light on at night. If you don't have algae in your tank, you're probably okay with leaving it on at night. It does grow. Algae can grow under the blue light, but it's not like at an alarming rate at any means. Might be around 7 years. I've been watching for 5 or 6 years. Oof. Oof. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. Yeah. If you have like nice, what's a PewDiePie? A PewDiePie? You're TikTok famous. You should know about PewDiePie. MD3631. What's going on? Good to see him. Your second video from 7 years ago is just called Aquarium. I know. I actually have videos before that too. They're just private because you know, fortunately they will not. They're not PG 13 or lower. Second video is just called Aquarium. Is the first one my Savannah monitor? I think it is. I have my channel up right now. I can just look. Sort by oldest first. Yep, Savannah monitor eating shrimps. Aquarium. Oh, there it is right there. Oh, it's a flying fox. That's right. Flying fox schooling with the Roseline sharks. 7 years ago. Look at all these Lake Tanganyikans and African cichlids I used to have. Oh yeah, the neighbor's house burning down. I forgot I had that on film. 6 years ago, Nanochroma splendens. What should I feed Hillstream Loach? I don't think it's eating the algae wafers I put in. It's in a quarantine tank. You could try cucumbers or veggies in general. What good series are you watching now? Well, I kind of just rewatched Schitt's Creek, and that is one of the most amazing shows ever. Definitely a top 5 all-time show for me, and currently I'm not really watching anything. If you were to stock a 75-gallon with the goal of getting as many different colored fish as you can, what would you stock it with? Probably rasboras and tetras and nanofish. There's, I mean, green, blue, red, yellow. That's so creative, Bob. Aquarium. Aquarium. And then doing different colored nanofish, you could also do different colored shrimp. Yellow, orange, red. Hey, Lumpy Dog, even the Lions can't beat the Vikings. They're so bad. How about them Kraken? I don't follow them at all. Don't follow hockey at all. I don't know. I've never been able to watch hockey ever. Oops, Denison Barb. I knew what you were talking about. Yeah, Alice, if your guy's not eating algae wafers, then I would try veggies. Or if you said he's in a quarantine tank, if you have anything with algae on it in a different tank, you could, like, you know, if you have a piece of rock with algae on it, I would move it over. I'm watching The Simpsons from the beginning. I don't think I could do that. Like, after season, 10, it just gets really bad. Do you know if most Hillstream loaches are captive bred or wild caught? I think it depends on where you get them. I don't know enough about them to know if it's most, but I'm sure most of them are probably still wild caught. If I had to guess, I would put my money on most are still wild caught. Because when I order Hillstream loaches, it could be a couple different species. Like, you never really know. Same thing with coolie loaches. There's a couple different species of coolie loaches, and they're always different every time I ordered them. I feel like if they were breeding them, then they would know exactly what kind of species they were. Hi, fish friends. A colorful 75-gallon community, and he didn't say rainbows? Gasp. I didn't say rainbows. If you're going to do a 150-gallon tank, could you mix clown loach with discus? I I don't think 150 gallon is enough for clown loaches personally. That's just my opinion. Clown loaches get really big and they like to be in big schools. So could you? Yes, I'm sure there's people doing that in like 75 gallon tanks. Probably people doing that in 55 gallon tanks. Would I do it? I would not. But that doesn't mean that you can. Theoretically, yes, you could do that. Both of those fish do really well in warmer temperatures. Imagine trying to catch a hill stream loach in the wild, the horror. I'm sure they have like... It might be one of those fish that they like, I don't know, use hormones to get them to spawn. I don't know. I don't know enough about them. I want hill stream loaches so bad. I just don't have the room right now. I want them in an outdoor tub. And all my tubs are black, so I would never see them. But I bet they would spawn like crazy outside. Hill stream loaches are very tiny. I don't know about that. Like, sometimes when I order them, they came in really small, but they're still good, like 3.5 inches. Unsub. Well, not only do I just generally not watch hockey, like the Kraken aren't even that good. So I don't know. Even I played hockey for like 15 years, and I could just never watch it. I don't know why. I'm watching Grey's Anatomy again, season 8. Dexter, though, is good, too. I tried to watch Dexter, and it was so boring. I made it like 20 minutes into the first episode, and I was like, okay, moving on. This is boring. My favorite rainbow, Sepic glossolepis multisquamata. I own only a few and looking for more. Yours, still the blue. Thanks for the stream. So I don't have any multisquamata anymore. Excuse me. Yours still blue. My blue ones were the Wanamensis. Wanamensis. The multisquamati were always like a reddish bronzy color. About mine from Marcel. He says they're easy to breed, but he's always way better. He's a better, yeah. When someone like Marcel says something is easy to breed, or like any like really known breeder, you gotta take that with a grain of salt. Like, this guy that's bred like 10 billion fish says it's easy. So, is it easier for me? I don't know. Roseline 17 breeds hillstream loaches. Yep, that's true. Roseline does too. I want to do ballas again. See, that's another fish. Like, they need such a massive size tank. Simpsons were the best when Conan O'Brien was writing for them. I went to a fish farm. They had cichlids like millions. That's because it's a fish farm. That's what they do. That's what they do. Isn't Roseline 17? Isn't that Marcel? Like, I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same person. Hockey is a sport you must watch live in person. TV does no justice. Like I said, I played for like 15 years, so I've watched my fair share live, I suppose. I don't know. Sports in general, like all sports, are just really hard to watch right now for me. Ugh. I can watch hockey live, but not on a device. I love the fun of the crowd. That's how I'm about soccer. Like, soccer, when you go to a soccer game, it's so much better. Like, when, I don't know, going to soccer games is fun. We'll be watching Dead to Me with Christina Applegate on Netflix. Very well done. Yeah, she was like nominated for awards for that. Her and the other girl. Bob, I know you hate nanos. I love nano fish. That's like pretty much all I buy. Fish farms breed fish? I call BS. BS. 2.5 inches has been my largest butterfly hill stream. Same with the Borneo hill stream. The Borneo is a little bit different. But yeah, I mean, I've had some pretty monster hill stream loaches, but I have no idea like exactly what species they were. I'm new here. Is that a Bob Lazar autograph behind you? Yep. It says, to Bob Steenfott, best wishes, Bob Lazar. Indeed. I feel like I have too many Corys in each tank to get hill stream loaches. Do you think that would be an issue? No. I know you're not asking me, but wouldn't be an issue at all. Meeting too many at the bottom of the fish tank. So hill stream loaches, they're all over the tank. They don't just hang out at the bottom. You'll see them all the way on top. Like they'll graze everywhere. So they're not just bottom fish. I couldn't agree more. I have no idea how people watch sports on TV. I mean, I used to watch a lot of football, but then football got really bad, and like, it's amazing. Like, you spend 4 hours watching a game, and it's like, man, I get so much more stuff done now that I don't waste watching football. Could you list any medications you successfully used on your zebra plecos? If any, when you had them without harming and killing them? I never medicated my zebra plecos, ever. I never had a reason to, for one. But even if they had got something, I would not use medications on them. So I can't list any. I cannot. I had family and friends ask why I watched you play PUBG instead of playing. Then I'd ask them, why do you watch sports instead of playing? Right? So that's one thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's different. Like, if I knew somebody, then I would watch. But I don't know. That is a good comeback, though. I always had a hard time watching sports that I played, so that's kind of why I never got into watching hockey. Football lost attention when the players stopped trying to kill each other. I mean, they kill a lot of other people, just not other football players. They honestly usually are on the glass or a rock grazing, so Bob is right. They aren't really bottom feeders. They stay off the side and blend right in. Get them. K. Stu speaks the truth. And not only because he says I was right. Football, 3 hours. It's 3+ hours. Commercials for 1 hour of gameplay. I agree. A new local Austin. Got to be there to watch basketball too. Played basketball. It was one of the few girl sports offered in the 70s. I don't know. Don't even get me started on basketball. Ugh. Today's basketball. It's awful. Just awful. Added Indian almond leaves to my 3 tanks. I have carbon in my hang on back filters. Am I defeating the purpose? No. Absolutely not. Aaron Hernandez. Is he dead? Or is he just in jail? Or did he go to jail and then die? I don't remember. I feel like he's dead, though. What's the best food for Borneo suckers? My butterfly hill streams do amazing, but my Borneo suckers are not healthy looking. I would definitely go cucumber or zucchini if they're not eating. Or if it looks like they're getting skinny. I would go... If I didn't have zucchini or cucumber, I'd probably go rapashi. Something that's going to sit in the tank for at least 24 hours and not rot. That's why I would go vegetables or rapashi. And you could do it so, like, do a large enough section to where, or a large enough piece where the other fish aren't going to eat it all. Definitely make sure that they can come out at night and feed on those veggies or rapashi at night. Hung himself? Oh, that's right. He hung it in jail, right? It's so stupid. I have an empty 300 I want for the ballas. Just don't know if I can handle another. See, I feel like 300 is not even enough for balla sharks. I don't know. Don't balla sharks get like 18 inches or something crazy? and they're a schooling fish, so you have to have a lot of them. I mean, I would love a giant school of bala sharks, but that would have to be, I mean, if it's 18 inches long and they're schooling fish, I think it's like 16 inches, like 12 to 16 inches. That would have to be like a 12-foot tank. I don't even know how big. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Are there any downsides of having MTS in a tank? So, I'm assuming you're talking about Malaysian trumpet snails. And Malaysian trumpet snails are my all-time favorite snails. There's really no downside unless you just don't like them. They can overpopulate a lot, but it's not a big deal. They don't eat plants. If you have planted tanks, they're actually beneficial for plants because they root around in the substrate and kind of churn the substrate all day, and then they come out at night and they'll climb all the way to the top of your glass and then all the way back down when the light comes back on. A foot. The bala sharks need to be about 12 inches. They're about 12 inches. You need 6 feet tanks. Well, even like a 125. It's just not like. It's not that they like what 12 inches. We'll say 12 inches. They're a schooling fish, which normally means like 6, right? So if you had 6 foot long fish in a like 125, that would still be kind of a cluster. Like they'd still be cramped. 14 inches in the wild. Yeah, so like foot and a half, whatever. I don't know. I just feel like they'd be cramped, and I've never been a fan of like big fish in small tanks, and I think 125 is a small tank when it comes to big fish. Like even my 240 gallon with my roseline sharks, and those things were only like 6-7 inches. I felt like that was kind of a stretch. How cool would it be if some monster fish came in nano form? Form. I don't know. I feel like there's already monster fish in nano form. They're just called rasboras. I don't know. Pea puffers instead of Mabu puffers. Scarlet Batis instead of green terrors. I don't know. Now, what I would want in nano would be... What would I want in nano? Like knife fish. Nano knife fish would be cool. The fish store I worked at had 5 in a long 90-gallon tank. Yes, they were cramped. Yeah, and a 90-gallon long, I mean, that's just like long and skinny anyways. And it's not even that they're like, so what? They're 14 inches long. They're also really tall. Bala sharks are a tall fish. Yeah. Fat guy in a little coat. Monster fish in smaller form, dinosaurs. Well, the Senegal biker is kind of small for a biker. In my plankton tank, I will put 2-inch zucchini cut in half, so 4 inches of surface, and 2 days tops before it's all gone. The L397s when they're fried, the guppies, and the MTS all devour. I'm a huge fan of putting vegetables in your tank and just letting fish graze. When I do string beans, like everything eats string beans. My rainbow fish, tetras, what else? Pistos. I've seen all of them eat green beans before. Fish just go crazy for it. I have dreams when I went to the fish store and they had fish that were elephants, horses, bears, a bear fish, man, bear, pig fish, man, bear, pig fish. The pea puffers are exactly monster fish in nano fish body. They are savages. I love watching mine cruise around. I would love a tank with like 300 pea puffers, but it would be so expensive to feed them. It's the only reason I've never done it. Like, I'd be going through a pound of bloodworms a day, I feel. I don't know. Do you steam them first or put them in raw? So I will blanch them. Most of the time I try to blanch them so they will sink. If not, then I'll just feed them raw and put them on like a fork, and then, you know, stick a fork in it and then it'll sink down with the fork. Hatchet fish have a kind of sort of arowana thing going for them. Kind of. Hatchet, they're kind of short and fat where arowanas are long and skinny. But yeah, still, you know, skimming across the surface of the water is pretty cool. I can't believe I just told everyone I have that dream a lot. You have a repeatable dream of regular animals being fish. You hear the bears? No, you put the whole station in jeopardy. I need me some veggies. Pea puffers are cheap when you have a tank full of ram's horn snails. Yeah, but what if you had like 300 pea puffers? This is not that good. I don't know why I got it. This tastes very, I don't know. I put veggies in raw and use an Allen wrench to weigh them down. Yeah, if you, I mean, you do kind of ruin some of the nutrients if you blanch them. So, I guess if you have a way to weight them down that is a way that you're okay with, then I would probably put them in raw before blanching them. But it is kind of easy to blanch a whole bunch of them at once. Never dreamed that, but wouldn't it be fantastic? What if you had a dream that fish were land animals? Have you ever had it go that way, or has it always been like bears, like bear fish? I think steening is illegal in the lower 48. Steening? I want to try and breed pea puffers. Do it. Give it a shot. You never know. He steams them. African butterfly fish are mini arowanas. I feel like those are closer than hatchet fish to arowanas, but I don't know. Definitely not in like an exact copy for sure. So excited to watch the Winter Olympics coming this year. John says, got an 6-inch L172, a golden vampire pleco at a swap this weekend. That is an amazing fish. I have had that fish. I had one for a very long time. They're like tanks. They're very well built. Me too. I have 10 pea puffers and would be elated if they had babies. Feed them well. Dan's plecos are nano versions of the common pleco taking over Florida. Dan's plecos are nano versions of the common pleco taking over Florida. Dan's plecos. I don't know what that means. The common pleco is definitely taking over a lot of places. What might be the best tank bang for the buck? Well, the best bang for the buck is the 50% off sale at Petco. But you're not going to get anything in 240-gallon size, that's for sure. There's not going to be any bang for the buck at 240 gallons, except maybe like used acrylic tanks, used glass tanks. That's like Facebook Marketplace. That's going to be the most bang for the buck. A brand new 240-gallon tank is going to be thousands. Bear versus shark. Bear NATO. Bear versus shark, shallow pool. Who wins? Probably the bear. Half beaks are mini alligator. I would even say half beaks are like mini arowanas. Yeah, I would say half beaks. Like, yeah, they have a beak, but still, I think you're closer to an arowana with a half beak. I feed my bear fish beets. I would say half beaks are the monster fish in a nano size. Yeah, I agree with that one. If you are dreaming about fish, you need to watch The Incredible Mr. Limpet with Dan Knotts. If you're breeding fish or dreaming about fish, then you really might have some serious MTS problems. Noisy Nerd Man with the $2 super chat says, hello, do pea puffers come in peace? I say they do come in peace, but they don't always leave in peace. How about that? Pea puffers, as long as you give everyone enough space, they're generally not super aggressive. But you can definitely have like rogue pea puffers that just kill your fish. Would pea puffer parents eat their young? I assume they would. You're asking someone who's never bred them. But I would actually think that maybe they wouldn't, because they are a schooling fish. In the wild, they school around in the hundreds, if not like thousands of them schooling around at once. Shoaling, let's say shoaling, not schooling. Which would maybe make me believe that they're more community spawners. But again, I'm just speculating. I know, they lay their eggs, and I feel like they wouldn't, though. I don't know. But again, I've never done it. I've never even researched it. Half beaks are mini gars. Wrestling half beaks are also brackish water fish. I kind of want to look now, though. Let's see. And go. And go. Let's see. Yep, most experts recommend spawning pea puffers in a harem situation. Multiple females and one male. If only using a pair or trio of puffers. Let's see. Gently filtered. Condition the group with high quality diet, meaty frozen foods. So even they don't know the drawbacks of leaving the eggs with the parents. Is unconfirmed. So the male cares for them, but they can be eaten by other tank mates. But it says they can be eaten by other tank mates. However, that's not confirmed. So I don't know. Eggs should hatch in around 5 days. Fry will need another 2 to 3 days to consume their yolk sac. At which point you should start with Artemia microworms. Doesn't sound too difficult to breed them, though. And thank you, Noisy Nerdman, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate it. Any suggestions for axolotl sellers? Negative. I'm not an axolotl person, so I'm not sure of the superior axolotl breeders. Maybe someone in chat will have some good recommendations for axolotl breeders. I've dreamed of my fish are swimming through the air several times. In the dream, it makes perfect sense. All right. I had a dream where I saw a whole school of fish swimming through the air, and they swam through a cyclone wire fence and turned into butterflies. In a dream. All right. Taking the opposite view, how cool would it be to see an Episto or a ram in monster form? Wouldn't that be like a green terror, or do you want like larger? Like, I feel like a green terror is a large apisto. Still really colorful and can be angry. Mostly they are angry. That was a big part of Doctor Who Christmas episode. Never seen Doctor Who. Never have I ever seen Doctor Who. It did seem really normal in a dream. It was turning into butterflies. Interesting. Are wonder shells and the little calcium turtles good for aquarium plants? They're not harmful. I guess if you had like a calcium deficiency, they potentially, in theory, could help your plants. It's really rare to have a calcium deficiency in plants, though. They wouldn't hurt. They would raise the pH a little bit. So if your plants liked higher pH, that would be beneficial. But I don't know that it would be like a significant difference. Sounds sorta pretty. Sorta pretty. Man, I gotta move this light. Whew. Takes work to not see Doctor Who ever. I don't even know what it's about. Like, I know nothing. This light is like super bright though. It did seem really normal. Wonder shells, maybe not. And oh yeah, oxalotl breeders. Surely someone has a suggestion. Oxalotl breeders. Good lord. Oh, I gotta turn that down. That was like blaring in my eyes for like an hour. Too bright. I had a dream I moved into my new house and it was full of stocked fish tanks. At first, I was happy. Then I thought about maintenance and wondered how long it had been since they were fed. Moving into a house fully stocked of fish tanks. I feel like that could be good and bad. Like, fully stocked with, like, Oscars? That would be the worst. I'm looking for a subtropical high-flow nanofish. Any suggestions? Preferably a mid or top water swimmer. Rocket killifish or clown killifish. Same thing. Rocket or clown. I don't know why I say or, but look up clown killifish. Subtropical, super colorful, stays at the top most of the time. It's probably a good thing axolotls are hard to keep. If they were like convicts or guppies, that'd be kind of gross. Axolot. Hour 22 minutes roughly. Yeah. I don't know why I had that turned on so bright. Let's see. All right. I liked Doctor Who for quite a while, but just kind of fell off watching after Matt Smith. Googling now. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. My legs hurt. I've been on the exercise bike this whole stream. Good for you. Good for you. About 110 to 20 gallons all over, even in the kitchen. They were in the kitchen. They were in the bathroom. There was some set up in the shower. I just could not get away from these fish tanks. 100 of them. Golden Wonder Killifish are fun. Yes, Golden Wonder Killies are fun. Very inexpensive fish as well. Are there other streams tonight? Maybe. I don't know. I watched it a few years ago after a former principal and frequently published author suggested Doctor Who. He loved Star Trek, other sci-fi westerns, other stuff. Wrote about most of them. Definitely need a clown for killifish. I feel if you're looking for top dwelling fish, you should already have your cover like secured. Your tank lid should be of utmost priority if you're looking at top dwelling fish. Have I ever used Aqua Advisor for stocking levels? No. I've messed around with it, but I don't know. It's probably good for like beginners, but I don't know. How are my bumblebee gobies doing? They are doing excellent. They get fed frozen foods a lot, and they still are eating the extreme nano pellet food. So yeah, they're doing well. Try it again, Barbara. It's still pretty good. Needing a lid is a deal breaker. I mean, it's a risk. Any top dwelling fish without a lid is going to be a risk. And really, whether the fish are top dwelling or not, it's still going to be a risky proposition. So does anything actually need a lid? No, but don't be surprised when they jump. Fish jump. The clown killie in my desktop aquarium is staring at me right now with that blue eye that sees into your soul. And he or she approves of that idea. I mean, clown killies are just amazing. I've had dreams of fish swimming in the air above their tanks. Sometimes they would swim out. I feel like a lot of you are having dreams of fish just swimming around. Like, just not even swimming. They'd be flying then, right? Fish just flying around in your dreams like crows. The crowing. I've never had a dream of fish flying around. Apparently, I'm the only one. I just lost some marble hatchet fish the other day because I forgot to close the lid after feeding. Top dwellers need lids. The other thing is, like, the ones that always got me was during maintenance. Like when I open the lid and you're throwing around the python or just splashing around, making a lot of noise, and the fish get scared and they jump out. That's where I lost the most. Pretty frustrating. And don't forget to hit the like button. How many are we at? We still need like 24 more likes. Please hit the like button. If I dreamt about fish swimming out of their tanks, it would be a freak out anxiety chasing them around with a net. But some fish can breathe oxygen. Are coolie loaches known to jump? Not really. I found one all dried up on my floor. They're not known to be jumpers, but like I said, any fish can jump. Dreams can be nightmares too. I couldn't tell you the last time I had a dream. Does that mean you're not getting quality sleep? You're not reaching the final stage of your REM cycle? Now I will? No. I control my dreams. I dream about what I want to dream about, not fish flying or just cruising around in the atmosphere. I've had nightmares of tank blowouts. I had a dream of a tank leaking, but then that was real life at like 3 in the morning. So that was pretty fun. 75-gallon with a cracked seam all over the floor. That was a good time. Real good time. I can't stand the weeping angels? Interesting. Very interesting. Easy, buddy. Lucid dreams are the best. Just saying. I wonder what that means. I wonder. All right. So anyways. All right. Moving on. Probably not. I get about 6 hours a night. Yeah, probably not. If you're not dreaming, something's wrong. Those weeping angels are terrifying. What are you guys talking about? Is this something else I have to Google? TARDIS? What is TARDIS? You guys must be talking about something else. White Cloud with cherry barbs. White Cloud Mountain Minnow with cherry barbs. Keyhole cichlids, my 72 awesome combo. Cherry barbs and keyhole cichlids and white clouds. 72 bow front. I don't know if it's a bow front. That sounds like a fun combination. I agree. Although you would know, Weeping Angels is a Doctor Who reference. Who. The angels are from freaky Doctor Who evil nemesis. Okay. They're still talking about Doctor Who. Nerds. Excuse me. TARDIS is Dr. Ehor. So anyways, you're talking about Doctor Who. I guess you guys, should we rename the stream to Doctor Who? Doctor Who stream? You're dreaming, you just don't remember them. 1960s Army did a sleep study. Without sleep, you go nuts. Just bought some white clouds from a local fish store 3 hours ago. All right. Nerms. Wish my tanks were bigger on the inside than the outside. That's a very funny statement. And I don't know why that is funny, but it makes me laugh. Wish my tanks were bigger on the inside than the outside. Profound. Any tips for breeding L66 plecos? What would I do for these king tiger plecos? I think standard pleco advice: lots of food, clean water, and lots of hides. I think one of the biggest barriers for getting plecos to breed is not putting enough caves in there. Some species really likes very specific cave sizes, which is why a lot of breeders put in multiple size caves. So they're not the hardest pleco to breed. Just make sure you're feeding them a lot, fatten them up, and warmer water and clean water and lots of caves, and you should be good. You don't want a lot of activity in the tank either, I would say. There are people who successfully breed plecos with like schooling fish, but you don't want like super active. Like I wouldn't do Danios because they're too spazzy. So, either keep them by themselves or pair them with fish that are just really like low key. You could swim in them. What? It's hard to not talk about Doctor Who with that autograph from Bob behind you. What would Bob Lazar have to do with Doctor Who? Having never seen Doctor Who and I know nothing about it, I guess maybe, I don't know, is Doctor Who like an alien thing? I don't know. I have issues with plecos because they poop way too much. I don't think that's very fair. Do you like me? I poop way too much, but you still like me, right? That's not very fair to plecos. They can't help it. I have Corys and a few Congos. Should I remove them? The Corys, while harmless, could be causing issues. Generally, I would say not. But if you've had these plecos for a while and they haven't spawned yet, I would probably take out the Corys and maybe the Congos. I maybe just take them all out and see, give them a couple weeks and see if they spawn. Like I said, generally Corys wouldn't be the worst thing. Normally you don't prevent them from spawning, but I could see, like I said, if it hasn't spawned and they've been in there a while, maybe I would take them out. I would definitely try something different at this point if it's been a while. Doctor Who is sci-fi. But this is real life. It's not sci-fi. Low key, like a school of neon green tetras. Yeah, like obviously that's a super bright fish, but they're also very calm. Very calm fish. Plecos poop as much as any other fish. It's similar size. People think they poop more because they usually end up with the biggest fish in the tank. Yeah, my zebra plecos weren't big poopers. What are your thoughts on a reverse flow under gravel filter with plants? I have an external filter on a small tank. I can turn the flow down, but could I use the under gravel as a muffler? You could. I don't think it would make a difference one way or the other with plants. Almost a year. Oh yeah, if you've had them for a year, I would definitely remove the other fish. I would probably even rearrange the tank. Maybe add some more hides, like rocks, maybe like a rock pile or something, wood pile, something. I would change something. Because if they're full grown, they should definitely be spawning. Neon green tetras. What did I say? Rasboras? Either way, same thing. Doctor who cares? I will say, though, Brian, when you get into, like, the wood-eating plecos, those guys poop way more than common fish. Way more. Any of, like, the vampire plecos, those guys do poop like crazy. Because they pretty much mow through an entire piece of wood in, like, a day. The meanest fish I've ever kept, probably... And I don't even know if I would say they're mean... but probably the hairy puffer, because they'll just kill anything. Like, whatever. If they see something moving, they want to kill it. Even if they don't eat it, they still want to kill it. I had a Congo puffer that was the same way. Of course, both of those are ambush predators, so they're going to be mean. But like I said, I don't know if they're mean, but that's just how they're built. I don't know. Maybe it's mean to kill stuff and not even eat it. I have many different dwarf plecos and have grown some out in bare bottom tanks. Again, they don't poop that much. Why am I still whining about this? I don't know. Why are you? Like, if you're not getting a lot of poop, then that seems like a good thing. But yeah. Doctor Who is a British kids show, but it can scare the bejeebers out of adults too. It's really fun, mostly. I don't know. Those British shows are really hit or miss. But apparently it has some sort of cult following because a lot of you guys are talking about it. There are plecos that eat wood. I got a lot to learn. Well, there's definitely lots of angry fish I haven't kept. Meanest fished, Chinese algae eater, puffers too. Like the Aratus cichlid. I've never kept it, but obviously a very mean fish. Oh my god, I'll stop. Wow, triggered. Are you triggered? You're triggered? About fish poop? Mark Dipple. Why do kids like to watch a beturted fish? What? I don't even know what that means. Beturted? Really big old female guppies have become mean, but probably because they just want to be left alone. That would probably be very annoying, being chased around by men all day. Couldn't imagine that being very fun. Any tips on feeding mystery snails without my Corys eating it? They seem to steal everything from them. Vegetables, absolutely 100%. Cucumbers. Don't look at me like that. Yeah, cucumbers, zucchini. The snails will go crazy over that. Corys will try to eat it, but they're not going to make any significant amount of progress on eating that stuff. British office versus American office. American office is far superior. Really big old female guppies have become mean. Oh, wait, I already read that one. Siamese algae eater are the worst. I think Chinese algae eaters are far more aggressive than Siamese algae eaters. Siamese algae eaters definitely get a little ornery when they're older, like full grown. Whereas Chinese algae eaters are angry their whole life. At least a small Siamese algae eater will just shut up and eat algae and not bother anyone. Once they get big, though, then they get kind of rude. Bee-turded. Bee-turded fish. It's always a talking point at my house. All right. You guys, this stream, I tell you. What's your thoughts? Oh wait, I already got that one too. I don't know if I got this. Okay, got that one. Imagine shoal schooling with $200 quarries. Wait, you got 300 fry in one tank, John? Meanest fish I've kept been a red-tailed shark and my polar blue parrots. Oh yeah, parrotfish. Still have the polars in with the jaguar and doing great though. Bob, last I'll say about Doctor Who tonight. I'm gonna hold you to that, Billie Jean. The show is almost 60 years old. The person playing the Doctor changes every few years, so the show is constantly evolving. The 2005 to now is a modern era. So it's a show that's been running for like 60 years. Like that's too much. Like I could never catch up. I think he means the R word as be-turded. So have you bred panda cories? I have not. Thank you for reminding me. My tank is full dwarf sag. Has got them breeding like crazy. Jungle tank of sag, the trick. Interesting. I can't even keep panda cories alive, let alone breed them. So you're way ahead of me already. Be-turded is my joke about the mega poop hanging on a fish or any critter. Ooh. I thought they were called dingleberries. Dingleberries. Or be-turded. Be-turded or dingleberries. I don't know. Gulper catfish are terrifying. They might take the cake. It's definitely crazy how they eat, but I don't know that they're like the meanest fish. Like Aratus just kill fish for fun. Like that's what they do. That's mean. Zebra obliquidans, yes. Curtis, any Lake Victorian fish we can just say is mean. Anything Lake Victorian. Thank you for putting up with me tonight, Samantha Nolan, with the $10 super chat. Thank you. Anytime. Sure. LOL, be-turded. Like, would de-turded, like if you had a fish with poop hanging out of it, would de-turding it be like going in and like yanking it out of it? Would that be de-turded? The drinking word is dingleberries. Dingleberries. This is just not good. It's just not. I don't know. Talk about a really pretty fish, though. Zebra obliquidans. Might be one of the best looking fish. Obliquidin. Check this fish out. A lot of you probably know this fish, but Oops, there we go. This is a really cool fish, the zebra obliquidin. That one's not very fired up. This one's a bit more fired up. But this is like, the problem, here's the problem with these fish, is only the dominant male colors up. So you'll have like 20 of these in one tank. The females are bland. The non-dominant males are bland. You end up with just one gorgeous fish, which is a problem with pretty much all Lake Tanganyika fish. I need to rehome the 3 zebra obliquidins. You should have asked. Should have asked me before you got them. I would have said, don't do it. Don't do it. Colonoscopy for fish? All right. No. Lay down. It'll be okay. Just lay down. Benjamin, what's going on? Colonoscopy for fish? Deturting? That's when you drink that gallon of stuff that the day before. That's the deturting. And why are we even talking about this? Like, what is going on here? Mods, what's going on? Get it under control, mods. Jeez. It falls away, but they eat more and become... what colorful cichlids would work well in a 40 breeder? Well, apistogrammas are very colorful, many different species. I will show you my favorite. Whoops. These little guys. These little itty bitty guys. Let's come back. It's really hard to find good pictures of these fish. Like even this one doesn't do this fish justice. The Nanochromis splendens is a really small fish, a really small cichlid, super colorful. Oh yeah, this is a really good represent. Like this is really accurate. Like this is not photoshopped at all. Like this is what they look like. Super awesome. Relatively peaceful. I mean, they're cichlids, so you know, keep that in mind. There's definitely going to be some aggression, but I mean, as you can see, being kept in groups, no problem. Any Nanochromis really, but I think Splendens is the best looking. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. I'll time them out. The puppies know it's time to wrap it up soon. I know. This is the usually the longest they go without any attention. So they get a little antsy. Pray for my mom. She's going in for surgery tomorrow. Well, Fish Ranch home. Nothing but positive thoughts to your mom. Sending positive thoughts your way, my friend. End it from your favorite place. Oh, those are cool. They really are. Really are cool. So the other one that's common is it the Nudiceps? There's 2 species that are the most common. Transvestitis or something like that. This is a really cool one too. This is probably... The Splendens is the most common one, but this one is probably the next one. And they're really cool too. This is a really neat fish. And this is this name right here. Transvestitis. Nanochromis. If you can ever find... The problem with these, they're a bit expensive, so they're usually about $15, $20 a pop. But so worth it. So worth it. Or like even like the Pseudocrenolabris. Pseudocrenolabris nicholsi is a really nice one too. These can be a bit finicky though. So, I mean, even looking at this one, you can see he's got a sunken belly, which is pretty common with this fish. So just keep that in mind if you go that route. Keep a very close eye on them, but this is a pretty cool fish. Whoop, and we're back. Looking to start a new biotope tank. What's the fish from South America that swims into your pee hole? That's not a fish. Okay, that's not a fish. Nanakara adoketa are cool fish. Aqua balls, that is true. Just because I can't see the name. Crebensis Nigerian red, yes. That's a nice one as well. Even like the dwarf golden cichlid would be another one. What's with the SS UFO drawing in the backboard? I just haven't found a place to put it in my office yet, so it just sits there. I'll probably be hanging it up on this wall eventually, and be hanging a TV on that wall eventually. But neither of those are high priority, so they're way down on the to-do list. Crebensis Nigerian red. The Crebensis Maliwe is another one. But Benjamin says the Crebensis Nigerian red are cool if you want the shape of a normal crib. Yes. So the Nigerian red are really cool. The Maliwe are really cool. Another Crebensis. Can't go wrong. Isn't there a fish named for eating the eyeballs of the other fish? It's literally called the eyeball eater fish. No, it's called the eye biter. Malawi eye biter. Malawi eye biter. So these jerk fish, and they are jerks because they eat eyeballs. I had a local fish store who would buy these Malawi eye biters and then put them in tanks with other fish, like in their sales tanks. They had other fish in there. And wouldn't you know it, they always ate the eyeballs off the other fish. And I went to the manager of the fish section, and I'm like, why are you putting these fish in with other fish? How are you going to sell these fish with no eyeballs? And he's like, well, that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to eat the eyeballs. And I'm like, you are the stupidest person I've ever met in my life. So dumb. Anyways, I know people love that fish. I don't understand why, because they literally eat the eyeballs off your other fish. So that's a no from me. That's a big no from me. Candy Roo is what it's called? Candy Roo? Malawi eye biters are awesome in albino form. I'm generally not a fan of albino fish, but there are some cool looking ones. I don't know why anyone would want a fish that's going to eat the eyeballs off your other fish. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, I need those. Not. Oh my god, that is so dumb. I agree. I couldn't believe it myself. Like, then it was loaches. I want to say it was clown loaches, which, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't really matter what the other fish is, but... And then, like, what was it? I want to say they had them with Senegal bikers, too. And they were eating the eyes off the Senegal bikers, and the... Oh, Pictus catfish were the other one. So there was, like, Pictus catfish with, like, one eyeball. And I was just like, why would you do that? Like... I'm like, oh, they could see with one eye. They do just fine. Stupid, right? Right. Fish Dreams. Marty, how's it going? Had a Chinese algae eater suck the eye out of a turtle. Yes, they'll do that too. If you want to keep fish and turtles, be very careful what fish you're putting with your turtles. I know a lot of tanks with Malawi eye biters, and they are one of the peaceful fish in the tanks, and they are one of the peaceful fish in things. Do they eat the eyeballs off other eye biters? That's a good question. I don't know that I've ever seen that. It's like they know. It's like, hey, we're buddies. Let's eat everybody else's eyeballs, not ours. Did the guy think he had to feed them eyeballs? Maybe that was it. Like, they're called eye biters. They need eyeballs. That's what they eat. I don't know. This wasn't like the best fish shop in the world either. I mean, it was a pet store, not a fish store. So, you know, it had like dog and cat food. So it's not like, I don't know. was frustrating. It was one of those places that whenever you went there, you were going to see dead fish. Like, there's just always dead fish in the tank. So, you know, setting the stage for you on how amazing this place was. All right, we got 150 likes. Thank you. I appreciate it. No more likes necessary, but if you want to hit the like button, I wouldn't be mad. What? I probably wouldn't be sticking... I probably wouldn't do loaches with turtles. Definitely wouldn't do Chinese or algae or Siamese algae eaters. You got to be... Message retracted. All right. Anyways, what else we got going on here? We got a few minutes left. A couple minutes to burn. What else do we want to talk about? Anything else to talk about? Nothing I really can announce yet. Only exciting news I got is the 200 corridor is coming to me, and I can't wait. Hopefully this week. Hopefully. What? You can't do that, Curtis. What are you doing? Do autos play well with plecos? Yes, autos play well with everyone. Well, I'm done with the exercise. I'm going to go to bed because it's 10 p.m. here. Have a good night. Congrats on the exercise, sir. You gotta be kidding. What kind of turtle? Beach Palmer, I was expecting the turtle to have them for a snack. Whoops. Sorry, BJ. Didn't mean to do that. I figured that was an accidente. An accident. But it's fixed. It's fixed. Actually, Kyle, while autos will play nice with plecos, not all plecos will play nice with autos. Come on now, Bob. I've literally kept eye biters and species only, and also full big tanks with haps over 16 years of keeping them, never eaten other fish's eyes ever. Well, good for you, friend. I can only say what I've seen happen in the pet store. I'm not saying that's always going to happen. That's just what I saw. Just what I saw. Brian, have a good night, buddy. Thanks for coming out and hanging out. I appreciate it. Let's see your boy. Golden Cumberland Slider. Cousin to the RES, only found in one part of that river, so I was told. The Cumberland Slider. Spooled up, dead to me on Netflix. Thanks. Spooled. It's spooled up. It's ready to go. Thanks for the cichlid suggestions, Bob. No problem. Some of them are going to be hard to find, but they're out there. They're out there. Becoming more and more available, which is nice. I'm a big turtle fan too. I would love to get a turtle. Actually, I would love to get a tortoise, but any tortoise I get is going to outlive me at this point, so I'm probably never going to end up with one. I see Shrimp Molt. Excited to see some baby shrimp soon. Soon. LOL, meaning your dog. I was going to say, you got to go to my OnlyFans if you want that content. Sorry, guys. Got to go to the pump. Wait, sorry, guys. Got to get going to the pump track. The pump track. All right. I have goldfish with my turtles. Goldfish would be good for turtles. Like, goldfish wouldn't harm a fly. Just kidding. They would eat all the flies. I have goldfish in one of my tubs outside, still going strong. My Buenos Aires tetras is still outside. My tubs are frozen over right now, and you can look through the ice and see the golden white clouds swimming around. In the other tub, you can see through the ice and see the Buenos Aires tetras swimming around. And my brine shrimp are in another tub that's frozen over that you can look down in and see the brine shrimp swimming around under the sheet of ice. And then the goldfish in the other one. I don't know what a pump track is, though. What's a pump track, dogs? Huh? Come on. Come on. Come on. Get out of there. Get out of there. The dogs think you're weird at talking to the wall. Yeah. When I'm talking to the wall, they definitely think I'm weird. But they should be used to that by now. Huh. What? What? Huh, very interesting. How do they eat if it's frozen over? Generally, fish kind of shut down, and they don't really hibernate, but they eat significantly less food in the winter. Like you're not even supposed to feed goldfish when you overwinter goldfish. You don't feed them at all. They just kind of shut down and wait for things to warm up. But there's also all kinds of mosquito larvae in there as well. So definitely all kinds of little microorganisms for them to eat swimming around in the water. That's the beauty of outdoor tubs. There's never a shortage of bugs out there. Bike pump track. It's amazing how smart turtles can be. I think it's amazing how smart all animals can be. Well, not all. There's some pretty stupid animals out there. Like these dogs. Right? You big dumb dog. Big dumb dog. Never watched Dead to Me. Uh-oh. Is that my 7 o'clock timer going off? My 7 o'clock? Oh, that's not a good one. That's not a good notification. Okay. In reference to your wall art, do you watch UFO documentaries and such? I do. Yes. I love sci-fi. That includes like movies, shows, and also documentaries and just weird stuff, I guess, It's all pretty fun. Hi. BJ, sorry sister, I thought I was recommending that show. My bad. Agree, Bob, but not to your puppers. Yep. Come here. Come here. No, come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. Might have to wait to... Jeez. Might have to wait for spring to send plants because it's getting real cold and my cuttings are taking forever to root currently. I mean, I'm pretty patient and I'm definitely not picky, so whatever is best for the plants. Like, hi. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you. Okay, calm down. Calm down. You have frozen ponds. Where I'm in Texas, it'll be 64 tomorrow, and within 3 days, it'll be 87. Yep, it might snow. I might get snow this week, actually. Okay, go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. Thank you. Rex, come here. Come here. He's a talker. Took a while to hand train it. Got it as an illegal size, thumb size from a 99-cent store. I love those worms. It's living in a nice pond in Burbank, California. Burbank. I mentioned extremely earlier in the show. That's what I promised. Alrighty, folks. It's that time. As you can see, dogs are getting rowdy. Means they need to go OUT. And if we're being honest, I need to go OUT as well. So thanks, everyone, for coming in and hanging out on this no-topic live stream. Check out Corey... Wait, what? Check out Corey Good and Project Camelot. Oh, I know Project Camelot. If you enjoy the UFO phenomenon, it's like the holy grail to the UFO vault. I'll just let the plants tell me when to send them when they finally grow roots. Your dogs are smart. They have internal timers. Yeah, they're just used to it. And dogs can tell time, believe it or not. They can't tell time in terms of like looking at a clock and telling you what time it is, obviously. But they have done studies that like dogs know when you're going to get home from work based on your scent. Like they're able to time, like say if you're gone for 8 hours a day and you come home after 8 hours, they're able to tell like your smell like dissipates over time. They're like, okay, it's been 8 hours. You should be home now. Which I think is pretty fascinating. I don't know. Think of getting some crocodile skinks. What do you think of them versus Sulawesi? I think they're completely different. So Sulawesi skinks are going to spend about 95% of the time in the water. And crocodile skinks are kind of exactly the opposite. So it really depends on what you want your setup to be. Yeah, so my Sulawesi skinks, I rarely see them. The only time I see them out of the water is when I throw food in for them. It's the only time they come out of the water. Thanks, Bob, Mods, Chatters, Lurkers, and whoever else is watching. BJ Palmer says it best. There you go. Do you watch the show QI? Because that was on there. QI? I don't know what that is. I saw that video about dog knowing the right scent level decay has occurred. I read an article. I'm sure there's lots of videos about it too, but I think it's pretty fascinating myself. Scent level decay. I slept 4 hours today with Aquarium Co-op playing. That made for some fish dreams. But were the fish flying around in the air? That seems to be the consensus with everyone's dreams. Fish flying. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to go. I want a dog so bad. It's been 30 years since my last. Great. Yeah. I 100% agree that everyone should have a dog. Not everyone, because some people are losers. But as long as you're not an a-hole, then I think everyone should have a dog. All non-a-hole people should own dogs. Because dogs are fantastic. It's 5 degrees here in Minnesota right now. Brr. All right, but I really am going. So again, thank you everyone for